Big shout out to our Patreon supporter Reaper for being an amazing nomkin, supporting us for so long on Patreon. Reaper, that is amazing of you. You really reap the rewards of your Patreon subscribe. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. If you guys want to pledge $5 or more to nominate and vote on the long plays, there's other rewards too, though, so check it out. If you subscribe for a year, you do get a discount too, so links are in the description. And I want to shout out, of course, our producer Alice for making all this stuff possible. Alice's links are on screen right now. They're beautiful. They're amazing. Make sure you follow Alice. She is a super nomkin. And enjoy this playthrough of indie horror, Charon's Staircase. Or should I say Charon's Staircase? We'll see. Hey Nomkins, hope you are doing super well today. It's Krinx TV, or it's Halloween every single day, and today we are playing Charon's Staircase. I started playing this on stream for about an hour, and chat really liked it, and it's quite a long game, so I decided to make it into a long play. I'll be starting a new adventure, obviously, so you guys get the full experience, but the first, hour won't be blind, the rest of it will be. And, I really hope you guys like this. It's an indie horror game, but it has some budget behind it. You'll see, it's very interesting. It has, pretty high production values, but it uses quite a lot of stock assets that you may have seen before. Especially the main mansion is one we've seen a lot of times. But they use it pretty effectively, and I think you'll find these scares and story pretty interesting. So let's jump into Charon's Staircase.
My name is not important, but you may call me Desmond.
I'll call you Nomkin.
I was trained to secretly serve the government of my country.
Maybe not.
This nation has always been governed in an absolutist manner by an institution called the Ministry. The Ministry, on the verge of joining the European Union, ordered to erase all traces of its terrible activities, including the facts of Oak Grove and the sinister experiments of Dr. Llewellyn. My orders were to enter Oak Grove. Once there, to retrieve certain documents. The logbook of the guard of the Grove, in the office of his wooden house. Official ministry documents in the laboratory of Llewellyn Manor, located on the other side of the lake. The dossiers of the secret experiments that were carried out there, in the office of the experimental hospital. Once the material was recovered, the only way to escape from that place was the Charon's Staircase.
It's Charon's!
A passage that only Llewellyn knew how to access.
Not Charon's!
The next night at 10 p.m., I went through the gate at Oak Grove. Seconds later, the gate closed behind me definitively. What I found there, it is something the world needs to know about. I am Agent Codename Desmond.
It's a really unfortunate codename.
This is my story.
Codename Nigel. Just call me Desmond. 00 Desmond. I also love the pronunciation of Charon. It's definitely pronounced Charon. It's not pronounced Karen. Okay? That is impressive. However, that aside, this game is pretty interesting. 1 second. Pretzel just managed to turn my PS5 on with her butt, so I need to turn it off. Can you just give me one moment, everyone? I know this is very unprofessional to have this in the middle of a video, but I have to turn my PS5 off or the room will get hotter than the sun in the space of a few minutes. I can already feel it warming up. She's such a naughty nomkin. She must have just sat on a controller somewhere for it to boot up the way it has. Oh, she might have sat on the TV remote, because I think that would boot it up too, now I think about it. Oh my god, anyway, it's off now. Fuck. My daughter, huh? My naughty daughter. Alright, anyway.
The sound of that old worn door seemed to warn me that it was waiting for me that night. My coat could not protect me from the cold wind, and the obstinate silence turned the forest into a desolate place.
I'm gonna see if I can up the brightness. Probably not. I've been playing a lot of games lately where the brightness is just shite. Oh no, this has it. This has a brightness slider. It's very rare for that to be the case. So many games lately are one brightness fits all, and then you just can't see anything for the duration of the game.
Could anyone still live there? Those who were confined to Oak Grove almost 40 years ago would surely be dead.
Who could that possibly be? They vanished into thin air. What a numpkin. Alright, so this is the manor we'll be going to eventually. I think we have to go and look at it.
There it was, the majestic Llewellyn Manor, in the middle of the lake.
So basically, what's happening here, if you didn't understand summary, is our government, our country, our fictional country, wants to join the EU, but we've done atrocities. So we've been sent here as a spy to find out what happened with these atrocities and basically get documents that prove they happened, okay? To cover up, I think? However, I think our character's more moral than that. I guess we'll find out. Oh my god, what a numpkin.
This must have been the guard's house, in front of the wharf, watching over the secrets of Llewellyn Manor like a faithful guard.
But was he still here? Dun dun dun. You've probably seen this house before as well. I've seen it in a few games. Nothing in this is like custom made, as far as I can tell. That might be wrong because I don't know. But to me, it looks like a lot of assets I've seen before.
What was once the guard's house now seemed abandoned and forgotten.
Seems to be a derivative of Horror Engine. In fact, this is Horror Engine. This is basically Horror Engine. I had arrived to the inside of an old derelict guardhouse. A strange sensation ran through my mind. Although abandoned, there was still a feeling of life. Background report for the mission. It gives me a summary of the events so far. Let's read this. In 1976, Artemius Llewellyn, eminent physician and Earl of Oak Grove, officially disappeared in a circumstance that have never been explained. The truth was quite different. The Ministry had recruited them several years ago for an operation classified as top secret, Project Alpha. Basically, it was about experimenting with new individual methods for the training and improvement of new spies. Dr. Llewellyn made only one condition. Everything was to be done in the grounds surrounding the Llewellyn mansion, populated for the most part by the lush grove of trees. An experimental hospital was secretly set up with the best technology of the time. The Oak Grove was enclosed with a security system that only allowed the gate to be opened from the outside. This prevented the escape of what we call alpha individuals. In 1976, without significant results, the government cancelled the project and withdrew the funds. But Dr. Llewellyn would not listen to reason. He and his patients remained inexplicably locked behind the bars of Oak Grove, knowing that they would never be able to leave, as the large outer gate could not be opened from the inside of the compound. The ministry ordered constant surveillance of its bars by security forces and the army. For 40 years, it was remained impregnable. No one knew what was going on there. No one has entered it since it was closed, and no one knows if there are still survivors. They were left to their fate, and the subject was forgotten in the most sinister way. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're getting evidence to stop us joining the European Union, or or vice versa. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I probably should have listened more than I did. But regardless, we need the code for this. Someone's running around upstairs. Well, an arsehole. And we are going to find the code for this, because I already know what it is, but we're going to do it properly, like a nomkin, guys. We do not have a flashlight at the moment, which is a little bum, but that's okay. We got a key. So, for those of you who don't know what Horror Engine is, it's a engine that's used in a lot of indie horror games these days, and is designed with this kind of sort of like traditional indie horror game in mind, if that makes sense. I can't remember how to use keys. Shit, I wasn't paying attention. Oh, here we go. There we go. That's how I do it. I actually had to do the tutorial. Silly me. So, like, there's loads of games that use it. There's tons of games on this channel that I've already uploaded that use it. It's not necessarily a bad thing, because it allows devs to create something faster than if they were making everything from scratch.
It gave off a strong, musty smell, and its creaks suggested ancient secrets that had not yet been told.
This game has an interesting mechanic we're about to come across, by the way, as well. I'll show you. The brave farm workers, peasant pride, an example of agricultural supremacy. The dissidents in prison. The malevolent criminals of the group against the people have been arrested. True traitors who, in their eagerness to intoxicate the working class, created a weekly pamphlet full of lies to hinder the proper functioning of the brain of our countrymen. The detainees have been admitted to a mental sanatorium to redirect their behaviour. One more sample of the magnanimity of the ministry. I don't know what that word means. The government acquires high technology. The ministry at the forefront of progress. A feat of our scientists made Turbo Permanent possible, a high-tech device that facilitates the creation of firm hairstyles as the spirit of our country. With the use of Turbo Permanent, patriotic women will embellish with their mane the brilliance of the homeland. This country we're in is crazy, by the way. Like, If you are genuinely, if you're triggered like by authoritarian stuff, this game has got a lot of it. Like this place is like dystopian as fuck that we're about to like find out. It looks like the name of the painting is the Three Graces. This is going to be important for opening that door, by the way, but we'll get to that shortly. Someone's trying to get in the door. Oh my god, who could possibly be doing this bum thing?
The kitchen was clean, as if someone had used it recently.
Had a lovely banana there, excellent. And as we see here, we have the two oldest. So the kitchen is 2, and the main hall is 3. Worth remembering both those things. I'm probably going to forget and have to go and double check them, but that's okay. Old photograph. Seth has been added to the character gallery. How do I view the character gallery? Here we go. Oh, okay, so it's like a collectible thing. All right, I'm not that interested in it in that case. Nice idea, though. I like that. We get little bits of information as we explore and stuff. Anyway, let's go through here. See if there's anything in this area. I don't think there is. I'm wrong. There is a key. The key is in good condition. Well, that's nice. But yeah, you can obviously add in your own stuff to Horror Engine. Like, there's some really unique voice work in this. There's actually, I think, pretty good.
The wind blew across the windowsills.
Oh my god, a girl.
Soft sobs.
Don't close the door. That's so rude. God, the characters in this are so rude. And she's gone. All right. What could that possibly be? This game has some very traditional jump scares, but it's fine. Was it my imagination? I wasn't sure what I'd seen, but something was lurking in that space. This is how you save the game, with the radio tables, and we'll be coming across those as we play, obviously. They're like save rooms. Traditional Resident Evil style save rooms.
That room was different. It was clean and well kept. It looked like a children's room. The atmosphere was warm and the temperature suggested that someone had been there recently. Someone who probably still lives in the house.
Okay, so the kids' room is 5 for the puppies playing whatever the game they're playing cards of some description. When we were playing this on stream, we were like, this room does not look nice. Like, this room looks shit. Let's be honest, right? This place is a shithole. But the 5 Gamblers is the name of the painting, so 5 for this room. Handwritten note by Dora. After so many years of searching for the old logbooks, I found it. I am saddened that Devon and Seth can no longer be by my side in this quest. If someone ever finds this note, run away. Run. Don't let the curse of Oak Grove catch you. Look for the Charon's staircase. Dara. I'm never going to stop laughing at the Charon thing. We've got a diary update. Dara, who was that woman? What did she have to do with Oak Grove's experiments? Was this her room, or like me, was she a casual visitor? I guess we'll find out. Got some lovely notes here. Lovely drawings. Oh, look, it's Christmas. Isn't that nice? But anyway, Dara has drawn these, I'm assuming. As you'll find out more about Dara in a bit. In fact, here is an old photograph. And that adds Dara to our character gallery. Dara is the little girl we have seen around here. But is that her? Or a memory? Or a ghost of her? Nothing scarier than a painting falling off the wall, I'm going to be honest with you.
A decaying room. This is probably where the guard slept. Where was he now? Would he still be alive?
I mean, probably not. But we'll find out, I guess. Instructions for a code. So we've got number 1 is the chess room, number 2 is the kitchen, number 3 is the dining room, and number 4 is Dara's room. So we know it's, for the kitchen, 235. So it's something 235. We'll just check the chess room in a minute, though, because I think we were just in there. I think that's all that's in this little room, from what I recall. Maybe not? Nah, probably. But that's how we get into the thing. Oh no, a baby? Oh, thank fuck. It's just a basket. Thank fuck. So the code's probably, as it's the 4 seasons, 4235. Don't like it when the doors close behind me. It's very rude. There is nothing scarier than a basket that might have a child in it. I could have been a parent, suddenly, for no reason. I'm not ready. I'm really, really busy exploring this house at the moment, codename Desmond. Alright, so the code here should be 4235. It is. What a surprise. I will say, for some reason, when you click on things, it doesn't always work the first time, which is really bizarre. Mr. Seth. A request like this has not been easy for me to ask of you, considering the new responsibility exceeds the obligations that you already have. I know of your goodwill, and I've been informed of the reasons why you volunteered to serve my orders in the Oak Grove, and believe me, I will not judge your path. As you know, after the failure of the Alpha Project, the Omega Protocol was launched substantially based on as much more severe chemical treatment of specimens. Now, after some terrible and fruitless years on the threshold of 1976, I communicate my intention to generate a new experimental protocol that I will call Delta, of which there will only be 2 specimens. I order you, and at the same time, I beg you to collaborate with me in this last attempt. The Delta treatment is most evolved, and you do not have to fear any acts of violence by any specimen. We've eliminated the component that angered the previous generation. Believe me, every trace of Omega is erased from the new treatment. Weekly, we'll communicate by written report. In your patriotic attitude lies the future of our country. Honor to the ministry, obedience to the God who judges everything. Artemelis Llewellyn. Seems after experimenting with some subjects called Alpha and others Omega, the Doctor asked for the Guard's help for a new protocol catalogued under the codename Delta. So we have 3 different types of experiment here. Hang on, can I just open this with a key? There we go. A key to an outside door. Logbook. At 4 AM, the transporters arrived without any incident. Corresponds to the monthly collection delivery to Hospital La Patria. Once deaths have been checked, I've registered 5 entries. Okay, so we have 5 deaths, I guess? To the latter, there are obvious signs of general absence of basic functions. According to single protocol, the subject is therefore destroyed by the usual procedure. Okay, so one maybe wasn't dead, but it wasn't, like, moving and stuff. The number is registered as a failed code. The others are assigned in vacant rooms. The first recognition visit to the hospital is scheduled to tomorrow, September 8th. The God who judges everything. Keep the leader in the ministry for many years. Your faithful security officer, Seth. Okay, so we have our first bit of evidence for the mission. See what I mean? I can't click. 3 clicks it took to make this work. Weekly report. Dara's evolution continues without physical problems. Her health is good. I still don't detect any traces of telepathic evolution, although she's showing more and more interest in the other side of the lake. I've attributed this to the logical curiosity nature arouses at this early age. Everything continues as it is. May they've got... Okay, same shit. A report written by Seth the Guard. Seems like it never got sent. Okay. So here is Seth, the Guard, and Dara. It seems that Seth, whatever his involvement in the experiments, is treating Dara, who is clearly one of the Delta subjects, in my opinion. I don't know that, but that's what I think. He's treating them fairly. You know, they seem to be getting on pretty well in the grand scheme of things. So that's none. Where is the door? Stop creaking at me, I don't like it. Aha, this is what I'm looking for. Oh, wow.
The night was dark, and a dense fog had invaded the entire landscape. I could feel the dampness in my bones. Suddenly, an ivory reflection caught my attention. There, lying on the ground, were the remains of the one who, one day, was Seth, the Guard.
He does not look too hot, to be honest with you, does he? So, I don't know if it's because I just was able to solve the puzzle pretty quickly because I knew what I had to do, but before there were these weird little flashbacks that happened in the house, and none of them happened this time. Hopefully we'll get some as we move forward, and I think we have to, but... Hi, Dara! How you doing? Oh, don't... Okay, fine. Okay, we're gonna leave. You sound a bit grumpy. But yeah, there was like these ghost flashbacks we saw a few of before.
Stretched out in front of me, leading into the darkness and fog.
But it's no big deal. They weren't that important. They were just like people interacting in the house.
Old gate, a fatuous reflection warned me of the presence of an old cemetery. Lichen-covered graves, scratched by wind and rain, seemed to be mixed with gravestones that had yet to bear the wounds of time.
So we have the Llewellyn family's graves here. It's a grave situation indeed. Oh, hi! Well, I guess we know where we need to go next. Into the creepy crypt. The realm of the Nomkin. No idea what that says. I don't even... this is Spanish or Portuguese, right? I think it's Spanish. We're going to head down into the crypt. Nothing major down here. We're going to have a little bit of fun exploring and stuff and looking around. A well-cared-for plant. It's obvious someone takes care of it. The plant adorns the grave of a woman named Agatha Llewellyn. Well, someone cares about Agatha. That's very nice. If we extinguish the torches and pull the back switch, we have a secret compartment here, guys. Oh my god. How nom. It's not that nom. Hi! How's it going? That is a older Dara by the looks of things. We have an old photograph here that added Devon to the character gallery. Note with the name Devon written on it, found in one of the unmarked graves with the letter Delta from the Greek alphabet. Letter found in the grave of a man named Devon, written by Dara, looks like a farewell letter. I met you without knowing you. I talked to you without speaking to you, and I loved you without realizing it. For so many years, I have felt love for you without knowing it. And now, we are finally together. The disease separates us again. I hope you know that the short time we were together was worth it. I love you. Dara. That's pretty sad. 2 gravestones, one contained the remains of Dr. Llewellyn's wife, the other Llewellyn's own grave was empty. Would he still be alive? A secret chamber contained 2 more tombs, one occupied and one empty. Both bore the Delta symbol of the Greek alphabet on the slab. So it looks like Dara is the surviving Delta subject, whereas Devon has died. Because Dara is definitely not on the in her tomb. And we just saw, like, I think was her ghost, saying goodbye to Devon, who was also the Delta subject. Interesting. But the Doctor's tomb is also sealed. Like a seal. Hi! The game has autosaves too, which is a nice touch. Like, I appreciate having autosaves and save points, so you can make hard saves and also have, you know, I don't know if you can die in this because I hadn't got far enough to have any combat, but yeah. I don't know if we'll come back here later on for a puzzle, because this looks really like a puzzle, but at the same time, this could just be assets that are part of the graveyard, so I don't know. We're definitely not going to be using it for now, so let's follow Dara. Hi, Dara. You gonna lead the way? We've got a raven, sorry. I can't believe I managed to fuck up saying a word there, but, you know.
The time had come to cross the lake and enter the mysterious Llewellyn Manor.
Off we go, across the lake. And that's like the little introduction done there. I think that took me about 20 minutes less than it did last time. But the manor, I've spent very little time in, so we've got a lot more to see here and do. And things are gonna get, guys, both spooky and dooky. And maybe a little pukey and poopy as well, but you don't know. Bodily fluids, they're surprise in horror games, just come out of nowhere, you know? But yeah, mixed in with the major horror releases of each month, I am going to try and cover things like this that aren't super mainstream, but like are probably tucked away and buried a bit, like in terms of like horror stuff. Hopefully it can be a fun experience for us to enjoy, you know? Well, here we are at the manor. Let's see if we can go in. The door is locked. Fortunately, we got our first flashback we actually see here now. So there is a woman running with a key getting shot multiple times. I know she's got a key because you just heard it drop. For whatever reason, she was taken out pretty quickly. There's no crouch key here, so I've got to get this right. There we go. Got to get the right angle. An elegant key. So that was our first spooky little flashback there. And in we go. I just realized for some reason the loading screens for this game don't capture on OBS, but the game does. The game's capturing fine. I mean, it's not a big deal, but it's weird.
A shudder ran through my body. Not because of its sinister atmosphere, but because of its impeccable appearance. It seemed empty, and yet everything looked as if it was still inhabited.
Alright, so this mansion, as you may have recognized, is the mansion from many indie horror games. Most recently on this channel, Arachnophobia. It is the mansion from Escape the Irowoki, Unto Midnight, probably at least 5 or 6 others whose names escape me because they were terrible. But this is like one of the most common Unity assets. Like, if I had to give advice to developers, I would say like, try and research how many times this has been used in like indie horror games, because it is a terrible asset. Like, the corridors are too narrow. Like, I just don't like it. These guys do make the most of it. Like this isn't a terrible game or anything, and it's not so bad, but it does detract. If someone plays horror games a lot, they're going to have seen this asset, and it's not a good asset, you know. It's definitely some kind of code. The Red Sisters around the table, the Roaring Kings, Corridor Observers, the Time That Stopped. Okay, I haven't opened that before, so it's going to take a while for me to come back to, I would suspect. I think there's lots of other things we need to do first. That's where we came in. Can't go through this door yet. And these ones don't appear to be real, so we're going to go up and round the sides. Both the side doors here go to the same place, so it doesn't matter which one we take. They both go the same way. Oh no, there's a spooky lady walking. How dare she? How dare she? It's unprecedented amount of walking there. And the other path comes around here and just loops around to this location, which is fine. I will say,
after the cold of the night, the cozy atmosphere of that magnificent house was gratifying. It was obvious that the house had not been neglected. Was Llewellyn still living there? Who was keeping it in perfect condition?
Took 7 clicks to pick this up now. A portrait of Dara as a adult here as well. I will say, these rooms have been, like, they've had assets added to them. This is not the default appearance of these rooms, which is good. It's so weird. The Dawn of the Patriot. The courageous citizens with courage defend the border. An enemy soldier desperately asks us to let him in. The national anthem already has lyrics. A loved homeland that is great and indivisible. Under the light of God, I am a patriot. Your children are wearing the coat of arms, singing the song of patriot love. Ministry protects our homeland of the vile enemy. We obey and we believe. We always fight facing the sun, saving our souls and minds. Heroic volunteers, they travel to southern lands to take care of the sick of cholera. It is certainty an enemy attack. New cases of cholera. An example of the envy they have for us. The enemy always stalks. A new plague of cholera, induced by our enemies, has entered our territory virulently and lethally. We arouse the envy of many, and the perfidious performance of the enemy is undoubtedly due to the sick cravings to end our greatness. Honor to our volunteers who travel with the ministry, trained to the south, where the incidence is greater. The enemy always rages with the poor. Wow, that is nuts. How dare you? Locked out. That's so rude. We've got a keypad door here. A locked door. And an open door. Lovely bathroom. Very nice. Very, very nice. I like the big tub, I will say. I like big tubs. And I cannot lie. Hi. You going in there with your wibbly wobbly hair that was for some reason having a seizure? Thank you for unlocking the door, Nomkin.
The remnants of a subtle scent of perfume invaded my senses, revealing to me the image of the elegant woman who had long ago occupied the room.
Well, here's a picture, and that is Agatha, who we found the grave of. We also have the code for the door here. I think it's... I can't remember what it was. 6283. Could be 0283. We'll figure it out in a minute anyway. Despite being well stored, it seems the note has been exposed to quite a lot of moisture. It can still reveal part of the code. We'll look at that again in a minute. I know where it goes, but, you know. We have a lot to read, so let's get through this. Day 1. Late night, Artie took me to dinner and gave me the news we were waiting for. They've approved his project, the one he's been preparing for so long. I think his father's position in the ministry had something to do with it, but I haven't dared to ask him. He says it's a great job opportunity and he can't miss it. It just involves a small setback. We have to move to Oak Grove, the old Llewellyn mansion, and its damned marshlands. I hate that house. I hate its humidity, its constant wind and its midnight crackles. Artie told me he'd understand if I wanted to stay in town. He says that even though he'll have a lot of work, he'd come see me once a month or two. I'll have to think it over. Day 2, I've decided my destiny is to be by my husband's side. When my father and Mr. Llewellyn's father organised this wedding, I was very angry, but with this year I've learned to love Artemius. He is my husband, we love each other, and I'll always be at his side. After all, this job does it for us, doesn't it? Dr. Llewellyn's wife, it seems, was prone to writing down her experiences. Day 3, so funny to find this diary again. I must have forgotten it at the bottom of the drawer during the move. I still remember how innocent I was then, so many years ago. Maybe I should have stayed. I've had some really bad times, but I can't complain. I've adapted to the weather, the rainy afternoons, and the swaying of the magic lake. Incredibly, the one who should never come to these lands is not me, it's Artemius. I've seen how his joy at the beginning was transformed into sadness, anger, regret, and bad humour. His project has not worked out as he hoped. His father stopped visiting him. Artie feels like he's been disappointed and is afraid that the ministry will cancel his project. I see him, desperate, despondent, and my company has stopped calming his spirits. At least I'm not alone. Here I met my best friend and partner. Elizabeth started working as a maid soon after we moved in, and now she's my assistant. At first I thought she intended to flirt with Artie, as we laugh now when we talk about the beginning. Were they having an affair? Day 4. The other day I fainted. I've been resting, but I have some strange pains in my stomach. Today Artie examined me, and surprise, I'm pregnant. When he saw my joy, Artemius relaxed. Over the years we've become very distant, but I think he worries about my health. The same night he told me it was twins. A boy and a girl. I couldn't be happier. How would he know? I started to feel bad. It's like I've always lacked energy. Luckily I have Elizabeth to laugh and play cards, although she's been a bit strange lately. I know she's hiding something from me, and I can't imagine what it is. I prepared the children's rooms. It's only 5 months away. I am very frail and have almost no strength to get up, but every day I walk to the rooms that will be theirs, and if I close my eyes I can already see their little cribs crying, playing, and laughing. I think we might know how Agatha dies here. I have a bad feeling. My health is only deteriorating. Today I forced Elizabeth to promise me if something happens to me, if the birth gets complicated, and I don't get to know my children, she will follow my instructions step by step. She must wait until Wednesday evening at 6 p.m. with the doors to be open as usual. Then she will take the money hidden in the double bottom of my desk drawer and take the children away from here to a better place where they can be happy. I just hope it don't have to come to those circumstances. Today, when she was bringing me the mid-afternoon tea as usual, Elizabeth became serious. Too serious. I think I had never seen her with that countenance. She seemed to want to confess something to me, something very important. But just at this moment, Artie came in, and Elizabeth became very nervous. She even dropped the tea on her hand. She bowed and left shaking. I tried to call her, but my body wasn't strong enough anymore. Another girl brought me tea today. When I asked her about Elizabeth, she said she was new and didn't know all the service well. Artemius explained to me the rest of the service said that she left in the evening without a word. She didn't even say goodbye, and didn't even take her luggage, just a change of clothes and the money. I don't know what to think. I can't imagine Elizabeth, my happy friend, the same one who gave me my life all those years, leaving everything so suddenly, abandoning me in my current state. Elizabeth, where are you? What happened to you? What did you want to tell me? Day 10. The day of the birth is close. I try to be strong, but I can hardly write these words. I try and forget what my wise body already knows. I won't survive the birth. I can only hope my children will grow up healthy and strong, that they will be able to resist the life that awaits them in these lands, and that Artie will love them as I do. Well, seems like it's all going really well, doesn't it? Excellent. What was the code here again? 0283. Let's try that. Oops. Five two eight three. Sorry, 6283. There we go. Got a save. Oh, this looks like a creepy room. A bumpkin room, maybe? We gonna get a jump scare? Don't seem to. Apparently Seth the Guard and Dr. Llewellyn communicated with these reports. Distinguished Dr. Llewellyn, as you ordered, I proceeded to brain stimulation of the girl with the chess. She doesn't seem to like it too much. In any case, I would suggest a more appropriate exercise for her age. There are many things that interest her. Reading is one of them. The limited collection of books I have is insufficient, but I understand the necessary censorship that you're imposing on her knowledge. Dr. Llewellyn, I'm very sorry to have exceeded my explanations in the previous report. To contradict a position of the Ministry implies the accusation of treason, but that was not my intention. I just wanted to do things right. Because of my ignorance, I think badly of the things for which I am not prepared. Rest assured that I will faithfully obey all your mandates to you and the country that I love so much. The girl continues to take the medication regularly and accurately. I put her in front of the board and insist with chess I won't stop until she gets used to playing periodically. May the God who judges everything bless you and the leader, Seth. So I'm assuming that Dara and the other one, the guy, the kid, the boy that died, are the children of Agatha and Arthinium, whatever his name is, and they are the ones that became the Delta experiments, the two children. It all makes wonderful sense. I will say, when I'm playing a game off stream like this, so right now obviously I'm playing this game, recording it, I'm not streaming it, but I did stream part of this game. When I'm playing a game off stream, I pay way more attention than when I'm on stream. I am far too easily distracted. Is there a key in here? I feel like I should have found an item to progress, but maybe there's just more we can explore. Let's go and have a look. We'll come back if we need to. Like, I didn't absorb any of the story the first time we played, but now I feel like I've absorbed it. I feel like it's being sucked into my head. Isn't that lovely? Oh, I can read this. It's a poem. It's signed by a Llewellyn. I'm not going to read all this, but, you get the idea. They like religious stuff. Looks like the power's on, but the phone doesn't work. Well, that's a shame. I guess I do have to explore some more. I guess I did miss a key. Oh my god, I missed this lever here that I did not miss before. Which opens the doors deeper within the mansion. Oh my god, guys, if you didn't know, I have a Steam curation page. We're nearly 100 followers deep now, where you can see my reviews of the horror games I play and which ones I recommend and stuff. Link in the description if you'd like to check out my curation page. It's very nom. I also wanted to point out the fact that we also have a TikTok now for mini horror reviews too. If you want to check that out, link in the description too for my wondrous, fantastic, amazing TikTok. Please follow us on both. It'd be really appreciated. Alright, so now we can have a look around here. We have another door locked by a security code in this room. And a note. Eventually we'll get to the notes. I'm so excited. Today Arthemius has asked me to compose the music to his latest poem, a hymn to God who judges everything. We saw that on the piano. Artie and his family have always been very religious, and I know this is very important to him. I think he also wants to present it at his next private ceremony at the temple. I've also heard that he has ordered the two-piece ornament. Is that something to do with it? I will use a color code instead of sheet music. That way, no one will be able to decipher it until I have it ready. Okay, so that was added to my inventory, so this is obviously very important. But we don't know the order of the colors. So we need, presumably, another piece to the puzzle. I guess we'll find out. We'll keep exploring down here for now. The piano's... Hang on, did the light go out? No, it's just draw distance. Alright, that door is locked. That door is locked. This one hopefully is not.
Undoubtedly, this was the epicenter of social life in Oak Grove. Time remained at rest. For a moment, I had the feeling that guests would suddenly start arriving.
Well, you would be horrifically wrong, I feel, in that instance. Play a tune on the piano, but not do anything else. So part of the code from earlier was, I'm going to go back and look at the code quickly, because I think the chairs in the dining room count as part of it. I've got a feeling that code and that box is, like, optional, but if we can decipher at least 3 parts of it, I think that means we'll get it open, which would be really cool if it's, like, a secret thing. One of the other things is watchers in the hallway. That would be... Let's count, actually, now. So 2, 4, 6, 8. 8. Yeah. So watchers in the hallway would be 8, if that's the case. Okay. Chairs would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Definitely 9. Fireplaces I'm not so sure about, because I think one of them refers to fireplaces. We have 8 watchers and 9 chairs. I'm gonna go and double check the code now, because I think it would be nice to try and open this if we can. The Red Sisters around the table, 9. Corridor Observers, 8. The time that's... The Roaring Kings is probably the fires. The time that stopped. Let's see if we can find a clock, because then we could brute force it and get it open. Because we have the 8, 9. There's probably like a grandfather clock in one of these rooms, right? So... It definitely all seems to be in this area, if that makes sense. It'll be fun to solve the code, is all I'm saying. Here we go. 3. Alright. So the only thing we don't have is the Roaring Kings. But I'm not sure that really matters, because we can brute force it. I'm a genius if this works, guys. An absolute genius. Genii, plural. Okay. So 9 blank 8 3. So let's try. 9 1 8 3. 9 2 8 3. 9 3 8 3. 9 4 8 3. 9 5 8 3. Yeah! It should undoubtedly give us access to an important area of the manor. We got a save as well from that. Excellent. I never did that before, so that's new progress for me, which is wonderful. I wonder if that's... I do wonder if that's a secret. Oh, it opens this door. I haven't been in here before. Oh, shit. Okay, that goes upstairs. Well, we need to explore everywhere, I suppose, but let's have one more look around here quickly first in case I missed an item, which I think I did. Yes, you. Come here. A key with the letter S. For suck. I guess that's Agatha and the guy whose name I can't pronounce. I wish those were voiced, like, so we had a bit more, like, information in terms of the scene, if that makes sense.
Little, the keys I found revealed the secrets of the Llewellyn Manor. As if it were a museum, I was curious to go through the whole house, its nooks and crannies, its mysterious rooms.
I'm getting closer and closer. Unexpectedly, the Alpha knows more than they're capable of telling, and my father's mysteries begin to rebel. Charon's staircase is my only way to freedom. Tomorrow we'll go to the hospital. I don't know what awaits me there. God save me. Dara. Okay, we have a locked door. Hi. Gonna close the door? Yeah, of course you are. So fucking rude. It's unbelievable.
Dara's room. Cold and empty. It looked like a room for an occupant who never got to use it.
A small wooden statue in the shape of a giraffe. Looks like an antique toy. It's full of dust. It's like someone left it on the bed a long time ago. How would you know this was Dara's room? I mean, it's a shite room. It's clear that Dara spent much more time with Seth than her own father. And this must be the other kid's room, the one that died.
The room on the left remained intact and was still full of evidence of life. The little world of a boy named Devon. His toys and drawings. The cheerful wallpaper.
Again, this is all a bit of a stretch. Okay, we have Devon to add to the character notes. Little Devon, okay? We saw him as an adult already. A teddy bear in a child's bed. It's so well placed that it seems to be waiting for his owner to come back and pick it up. It'd be better to put it back in its bed. I mean, I wasn't going to steal it. These drawings are hideous, by the way. I don't see anything in here of importance. A small wooden statue in the shape of a rhinoceros. It looks like an antique toy. A small wooden statue in the shape of a frog. I don't think these are relevant to anything, at least at the moment. Okay. Some more flavor there. By the way, I wonder if roaring referred to the lions. That would make sense. Okay, so we can't go any more this way for now. Which is fine, because we are now going to go into the basement, because we got the S key. For those of you who've been waiting for things to get horror, this is where things are going to get much more horror. We got a flashlight, and the door had handprints all over it, if you didn't notice, like something was trying to get out. Hi! I guess we should follow... Oh, we'll go in here first, actually. What a lovely room. Can you stop... I was just looking around the table. God, my character is freaking out. I mean, I understand why. There was a semi-naked person running around. Might have seen a pee-pee. Holy shit. Dear Dr. Llewellyn, at a time as delicate as where you are, I would strongly recommend you reverse your initiative. Understand that given the lack of results is your main responsibility, experiment, where I remind you the Ministry has invested so much, it would be impolite to waste time trying to patent your new invention. I understand your motives, and in personal opinion I consider your invention to be of great benefit, but a machine whose sole use is to control the lighting of the house, distribute firewood and light, a fire, can wait for patents. I think it would do no good to disappoint your father or the Ministry again. Your faithful friend and servant, A.G. Spencer from the Ministry. Dr. Llewellyn had invented the system to automate the entire house. The fireplaces supplied themselves with wood, the lights came on at the right time. Quite genius, although he couldn't prove it. I mean, I guess he could, but they weren't letting him patent it, because they wanted him to focus on the human experiments more. Hi. Got a key to something. If I can actually pick it up at any point. There we go. Worn out key, very frequently used. Hi! He was right there with his little bum. Alright, someone locked that door just then. Come back to it in a minute. Okay, so this is the maid who was talked about in the other note's diary. This man scares me. When Agatha became pregnant, I understood perfectly his intention to take care of her and give her the best. I even agreed to collaborate with him and add that strange mixture in her tea every afternoon. But when I asked him if the lady knew what she was taking the products, he started to laugh. I've never been so scared. I'm sure now, something is happening here. Something strange and terrible. It's this swampy lake, this house, that hospital that not even Agatha, being the woman of the land, can visit. I'm guessing we'll go to the hospital eventually? I can hear the shadow of horror within these walls, the ghostly screams that sometimes come from the distant hospital as cries from beyond the grave. Perhaps if I hadn't befriended Agatha, I would have escaped from these lands long ago. Agatha's health is deteriorating a little bit. She says it's normal, everything is fine. Apparently she'd been led to believe that it's because she had slightly complicated pregnancy. I'm sure it's due to the drugs I'm putting in her tea. Today with the 5 o'clock tea, I innocently asked Agatha about her pregnancy. She fainted for more than 5 hours and woke up with pains in her belly. What does Mr. Llewellyn want? He doesn't have enough experiments in his hospital? I've been watching him. He spends most of his hours locked up in the library. The other day I set a trap in the door lock so he couldn't lock it. What my surprise when a couple of hours later, when I entered the room, nobody was there. I'm sure he has a secret hideout somewhere in the library. There must be a hidden passage, but where? Agatha's health has gotten much worse. Even she, with her innocence, has forced me to promise that if the worst happens and she dies, I will take the babies out this house. I can't keep quiet any longer. I must tell her everything, even at the risk of my own life. Tomorrow is Wednesday and the door's open. I won't wait for her death. I'm going to take her away from this house and from Mr. Llewellyn. I've taken the money and I have a change of clothes ready for her and me. Tonight I'm going to pray for us. I'm not a believer, but if there's God up there, we need his help. And she probably didn't make it, from what we've established. We've got an old photograph of Elizabeth, the maid, who was poisoning her friend. And probably knew she was, but was too scared to say it. Well, I mean, she definitely knew she was, but was too scared to say anything. I hate to say it, but it seems like a fairly shit excuse. Like, she should have said something a lot sooner. But she just kind of kept it going for a long time. I know it took a bit of time for her to realize what was going on, but, you know, she did have time. Instructions and procedures to follow with alpha individuals. So this was the first series of experiments. An alpha individual is technically human, but not a person. They must learn by punishment. Giving them affection may be considered betrayal of the ministry and the God who judges everything. They are unaware of violence and are easily controlled. Despite their stature and large size, they are fearful and extremely weak. Their reasoning is basic. If one dies, its twin must die. Method 3. Alphas who've demonstrated great reasoning have been given a list of extremely basic tasks to test their skills: cleaning, cooking, and maintenance. They must always be under the supervision of the service and can never be delegated tasks of greater difficulty or responsibility. Not to be confused with the highly violent and voracious Omega type, over-endowed with phobia adrenal. Very dangerous. Okay, so we know Alphas are calm, probably what we've seen running around down here, and Omegas are very dangerous, and the Delta are the other two, the kids. Most births are born dead. The THZ33 virus continues to advance. It mainly affects twin brothers. A strange viral mutation that scientists call THZ33 is ravaging our homeland. Scientists have been surprised to find that it affects only twins, which die most at birth. The population is ordered to inform the Ministry of Epidemic Control in case of pregnancy of twins. It is obvious that it's an international chemical attack. Donating your twin children for study is patriotic. The prestigious Dr. Llewellyn, eminent doctor of the ministry from his property of Oak Grove, leads a team of researchers and nurses with the intention of curing the terrible disease caused by the virus. For this, they had many patriotic patients who've yielded their twin children for study and experimentation. Honor to those patriots. Recall that THZ33 virus affects only twin brothers. We wish Dr. Llewellyn and his group of heroic researchers good luck. So, twins were donated to become the Alphas and Omegas, it looks like, which is horrific. Because it was all done under the pretense of curing them when it was for something else. Looks like we are in the Alpha quarters here. As there is an Alpha. As there is an Alpha on the wall. Llewellyn's key. Oh wow, there's a lot here. A singular fact has complicated the organisation and the schedules of the service. Mrs. Llewellyn's maid, Elizabeth, has disappeared without a trace. There is no explanatory note in her rooms. I've observed that she has not taken any luggage. Her disappearance coincides with the routine visit of the 3 ministry agents in charge of monitoring the cleanliness of thought and opinion. Perhaps she's been chosen to renew her education. They say that the luck of being re-educated brings a change to better social position. If so, I'm happy for you, her. Type note. Oh, Elizabeth, you cannot imagine the pain I feel at having to write these abominable words in the official journal of the House Administration. I must lie and give shameful and false version of what happened last night. Heartbroken, I am forced to leave for prosperity, a ridiculous justification for your disappearance, but my heart knows the truth and the pain it contains. The shot I heard last night. Today I checked. Dr. Llewellyn's pistol is missing a bullet, and the smell of gunpowder reveals it's been fired recently. Okay, so that's just what we saw outside. I know we'll never see you again. I know you were taken away from me and you'll never come back. I warned you so many times. You should never have meddled in Mrs. Agatha's problems. He is a despicable creature without any remorse and does not hesitate to get rid of anyone who might stand in the way of his plans. I write this on the humble sheet of paper. In a few days I will depart from here as planned and leave this note in the hope that someone will one day discover the truth. As for me, I will simply resign to being a sleepwalker who walks through life following a destiny that should have been by your side. I will love you forever. I wonder who wrote that. Regardless, we know what happened to the maid now. She is dead. A manuscript. It's almost unreadable. Well, I think we're going down here. This is obviously a secret door, by the way. And this is the Alpha's bedroom, by the looks of things. Yep. Judging by the drawings, definitely is. That's an Alpha. Oh, look, they're scared of the Omega. Because the Omega's really dangerous, right? Yeah, this must be the Omega hurting them. Oh, that's fucked. Yeah, see? Okay. So beware the Omega. Alphas probably are not a problem. Hopefully the key we found maybe unlocks this, actually. Does not. But that's okay, I guess, because we have other doors to check. Do we go in here? We did not. In the kitchen area. Oh, for a minute I thought that was a key. Like, someone has been preparing food down here very recently. Unless this is all, like... Is the reason they have, like, the house automation storyline, do you think? Just so they can justify having all this shit going on in the background? I don't know. Whatever, we've let the Alpha out. Which, I guess, shouldn't be that big a deal. But the Omega, wherever that may be, is a much bigger deal. I'm guessing this will open this door. It did. Oh, shit. Hi! Well, here's Dr. Llewellyn, I feel. An empty house occupied by strange creatures generated through experiments of dubious ethical quality. An untold story full of shadows, dark secrets, and now, the dead body of Dr. Llewellyn on his office couch.
The firelight illuminated a magnificent cabinet. A corpse, practically mummified by time, rested on the desk, as if death had entered the warm atmosphere by surprise. A question arose in my mind. Why was he still there? Did no one notice his death?
I mean, he was locked in here, although the key was outside the room, which makes no sense. Death certificate, Agatha Llewellyn. Cause of death, extreme complications at time of childbirth. She gave birth to 2 babies, identical twins, a girl and a boy. The girl is in good health. The boy is suffering erythemus. That's why he died young, I guess. Apparently due to a congenital heart injury. The moment he seems to be responding to treatment, but it's a defect that will accompany him through his life. In these cases, life expectancy is an average of 30 years. The report's been written by Dr. Llewellyn, surgeon and geneticist. Oh, so is this the same Llewellyn? I don't know. We've got a lot to read on here. Not the nurse. The maid mentioned there was a secret, like, thing in here as well. Day 1. I've made an extreme decision. Last Friday, the Commissioner for the Control of Activities of the Ministry came to visit me in person. He threatened to close Oak Grove due to the lack of results. If this happens, I will be disgraced in front of the leader and condemned under the Ministry's rules of the community dissatisfaction. I cannot allow this to happen. Day 2. I've started with my decision from the other day. Once the embryos have been formed in the placenta, it's too late. When twins are born, their brains no longer respond to treatment, so I have to experiment from the very beginning, from the moment of conception. Only in this way will their brain be formed, according to guidelines of the reciprocal telereceptive treatment. I ordered Elizabeth this afternoon to put a sedative in Agatha's tea. Once she's asleep, I've inoculated her with 2 in vitro fertilized embryos with a gene that will create an amniotic fluid high in telereceptive protein. Over the next few months, Elizabeth will periodically dispense high doses of protein and testosterone and adrenaline inhibit into her drink. This will prevent violent episodes such as those with other subjects. Agatha is living it up with great joy. Having confirmed the pregnancy, I've informed the Commissioner for the Control of Activities, asking for a time frame for my success. He said he will present to the Ministry's Supreme Council. Today the drug treatment has ended. Now we can only wait for childbirth. I've informed the Commissioner of Elizabeth's patriotic act, helping me in this project. Her death was not in vain, and with her she sealed her silence. Her family will receive a commemorative plaque in the memory of her death as an act of service to the fatherland. Oh God. Because he shot her. Earlier this morning, Agatha went into childbirth. For the last few days, she looked like a walking corpse. I didn't tell her anything, but I knew what would happen. I watched her go into surgery, convinced she would lose her life there. The most important thing was the children and the results. For the experiment to be successful, I decided to isolate them. The child was born with an unsolvable heart problem. He will stay with me in the mansion. The girl will be given to Seth the guard at the house across the lake. They will never know they have a sibling, and they will live separate while we're waiting to see if there is a result. Seth regularly informs me of everything that's happening on the other side of the lake. The girl seems to be growing up healthy and strong. Here the child lives an unhealthy existence, seems melancholic and feels lonely because I am busy and cannot attend to him. What a dick. I've ordered the hospital that some experimental elements of alpha personality come to the mansion and the boy can dispose of his life as he pleases. I've also ordered the hospital to be closed permanently after the attack of anger suffered by the Omega elements the other day. They're nothing but scum, laboratory errors with homicidal tendencies. They've committed a real massacre on the hospital staff. It's too dangerous to enter the building to exterminate them. They deserve to be locked up in there for life. Time has passed and there are no results. All personnel have been eliminated. According to Seth, the girl is showing interest on the other side of the lake, just like the boy, but nothing else. They're going to close down Oak Grove and forget about the project. They've cancelled the funding. I'm alone in my failure. Fuck you, dude. Like, I don't care about your fucking failure. I haven't received Seth's weekly report in a couple of months, so maybe something happened on the other side of the lake. The boy didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. This can only mean that either the girl is still alive or the experiment is an absolute failure. I give up. It's been too many years. If this experiment is able to give some result, I've not obtained it. I'm locked up without exit, waiting in solitude for my death. If only you were here, dear Agatha. Only now do I realize what I've done. Agatha, my dear Agatha. He has no right. He murdered his wife. He murdered her, okay? He's disgusting. I don't feel good. The other day, an incomprehensibly escaped Omega from the hospital bit me. The injury doesn't look good. So many years locked up here have ended without most of my medicine. If I don't look for a cure on the outside, I'll die. There's a way out. I had it built at the beginning of the project and I've forgotten about it. At the time we named it Charon's Staircase. Through the back gardens of the mansion and through the hidden passage of the hospital, there is the only way to reach the Charon's Staircase. But I am too weak and too cowardly to make this dangerous journey. I'd rather die here in my office, next to your portrait. Well, he was full of regret, but he still murdered his wife, and there is no coming back from that, and no forgiveness as far as I'm concerned for that. He is a piece of shit. Only in Virgil's company did we cross the Stygian plain to the gates of hell. A strange sentence seems to be taken from a true scholarly book. Must it mean something? Maybe. Pretty old family photo. What was this again? Oh, it's a death certificate, yeah. Like, there's got to be some more to this. It's possible I missed a key down in the basement, obviously, as well. It's possible I missed a lot of different things, to be honest with you. I got, like, part of a plate, it looks like. And presumably that is some kind of clue as to what to do here. But pinning it down, I feel like that's going to be really challenging. Like, nothing else seems interactable in here. I'm just giving it a little once over. Because if there is something, then obviously missing it would be a bad thing. Alright, so we found this. A bronze piece. I think it fits over here, right? Into this one? Hi. Am I just knocking on the door? I might need to combine it first, to be fair. Alright, so we're missing a bronze piece, and we're missing a key, probably. There's that door in the basement we haven't been into properly yet as well. I'll be right back, guys, when I figure out what the fuck to do. I think this door just unlocked? No. I came in here, and there was just a really weird sound for a second, like a door opening, and then nothing. Could be a broken trigger from before. We do have the music puzzle. I forgot about that. Which could give us something. Oh, I see. Oh, this is easy. So it's going to be... Is each line... Or is it going to be... So yellow, pale isn't a color. So yellow, rose. Yellow, red, green, violet, black. No, violet, blue, black, gray, brown, amber. This is going to be down to like our definition of stuff, which is a bit annoying. Like, which one is violet? Like... There we go. I was missing a few colors. It's a little fiddly, but it's not, like, crazy hard or anything. It's a music puzzle that is not a music puzzle. It's whether you interpret certain words as meaning certain colors puzzle. Basically. But looks like we've made some progress here again. Hopefully this gives us the key to the basement or the other part of the circular lock thing. Agatha's looking well. And by well, I mean dead. Proper well dead-like. That's what she looks like. Ooh, spooky dooky. There we go. We know what that is. It's the other part of the wall. Excellent. Other part of the wall. Other part of the symbol. We made some progress in the end. These are the lines you need to count, by the way, for the other puzzle, for the box puzzle. Anyway, can I combine these in my inventory or not? No. I'm pretty sure they must go in that door. Now I've got both of them. Let's see if they will actually go in instead of just me knocking on the door like a complete maniac. Like, it definitely looks like something fits into it, right? I don't think I'm being crazy. There we go. Hey, progress. Ooh, spooky dooky. This is not what I expected. Wow. What an ominous room this is. Oh, we have a puzzle here for sure. Like a tarot card puzzle, looks like. Oh, wow. Well, can we read the note first? That's the most important thing. Evil resides at the workbench of the connoisseur of occult science. The night is approaching when the pale lady with the ash-covered face will shine. Then the sky will pour tears of fire on the cursed house. Before dawn, the one who was once his mistress will bring into the world two souls of equal root. The wretched one will never see their faces, for at that moment she must die. Wow. So, I've seen... I do research into games I play, like, beforehand, and this puzzle received the most criticism in this game as being, like, really, really... obscure. Like, people did not get this right, like, nearly all the time. So, what I'm going to do here, guys, full transparency. Well, the game I've been mostly playing blind today, I will tell you the order. It's going to be the Devil, the Fool, the Moon, the House, the Empress, the Sun. So, the Devil, I guess this is the Fool? I don't really know. The Moon. Hang on. The Moon. Okay, so it's Le Diable, Le Batellier, La Lune, La Maison d'Eve. The Tower, that is, by the way. La Imperatrice, Le Soleil, and then Death. When I'm cheating, I like to just fucking say it, you know what I mean? God, this is ominous as fuck, isn't it, really? Let's be real here.
That temple appeared as an exaltation to guilt and selfishness. The pain for the death of a loved one is intimate. I could perceive it. In that Baroque place, there was something insane.
An old vinyl record. Have I seen a gramophone anywhere? I actually haven't, but I must have walked past it like an idiot. The note has the upper part crossed out. I had to do it, It's something that my mind repeats over and over again, but every day I spend in this immense solitude, it becomes harder to believe, because I had to sacrifice everything for a God who does not answer my prayers. A God who judges everything. Please look upon my soul and forgive it. My mind is weak, but my heritage and my blood is strong. Guide me to the light and illuminate the path of truth. Forgive me, God, who judges everything. Forgive me, forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. So he went insane from guilt, and he built this shrine to his wife. There we go. He's been added to our list of characters now. 2 wedding rings. Inside, something written. Till death do us part. Artemius and Agatha, 1953. Well, that's depressing as fuck, isn't it? Because he fucking murdered her. Let's be real. He fucking murdered her. And then did experiments on his own children because he was desperate. It does sound like he was thoroughly brainwashed. So the state in this game seems to be very focused on mixing religion with patriotism, which is a very dangerous combination, as most of us should know by now. Yeah, I think that's a really, really horrible mix that leaves people, and he was definitely brainwashed. It doesn't justify his actions, but yeah, I mean, the whole thing's fucked. All right, I'll look around now for a gramophone. There's got to be one somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where. Like, I would assume like the main hall, like this way, like the reception area here. Like, you got a piano. Why wouldn't you have a gramophone to listen to some dank tunes? Apparently not. That's what they called them, by the way, back at this period, dank tunes. I don't think I've actually seen a gramophone anywhere, now I think about it. I will be back once I find said wondrous gramophone of Nom. Aha, here we go. That's the maid. I thought it was going to play the Star Wars Katina music there for a minute. I thought it was going do 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 do. Alright, before we go up into the attic, which is presumably where we are going, let us drop a save here. I'm guessing that camera in that room, by the way, shows us the hospital, which I'm assuming we'll end up going to as, like, the finale location, you know, dealing with the locked-in Omegas and all that shit. That would make sense. Okay, so this is where the secret room is. This is the library.
I have never seen a library similar to the magnificent Llewellyn collection. His family, always connected with the ministry, treasured books and incunabula for generations.
That's a word I've never heard before, incunabula. Dr. Llewellyn, the girl feels sick. It seems that it's a simple cough, but I have no remedy to alleviate the symptoms. She complains of a headache and coughs repeatedly. Would it be possible to send a doctor so you can visit and prescribe some medicine? I understand why you explained, Dr. Llewellyn. No drug can interact with the Delta Zero treatment. I will try and make her feel better with natural remedies. Sometimes she gets absorbed looking at the lake. Thoughtful. For the rest, it seems she feels comfortable with her life here in the house across the lake. By the way, if one day asks me what is on the other side, what do I have to answer? So there's just more correspondence there. The THZ virus has been overcome. The cure has been discovered by Dr. Llewellyn, who expresses his satisfaction. They could not with us. Our country is invincible. The leader, with these words and staring into the eyes of the world, has stood up to the international enemy, showing them the success happened between the walls of Oak Grove. The THZ-33 virus disease, after many years, has been defeated. Our world leader in science and technology is once again the envy of the world. Oak Grove, the THZ Cure Temple, closed its doors after success and effort. Dr. Llewellyn expresses his desire to rest for a long time, which is very well deserved. We will let the brave of Oak Tree take this long rest, and we will respect their anonymity. Oak Grove will remain closed with all the documents of the investigations as a secret file, and no one can ever enter under penalty of death. Wow. They really covered that up, didn't they? The complete train wreck that it was, and painted it as like a faux triumph. Model of Charon's staircase. Charon's staircase was used in the Greek theatre. It's a secret passageway through which actors entered from the stage to the outside of the theatre. So do I think I need to find, like, the Virgil book in here? Or some shit like that? Like a play by Virgil? Because that was the clue, wasn't it? I can't actually remember what it was, because you don't write down, like, stuff in this a lot of the time. Your character's just like, I need to remember it. Which is a little bit annoying. Like, sometimes you do take the notes with you, but, like, most of the time you don't. It would be nice to have, like, an inventory. Oh, I guess I found the secret door by Dante. Okay, never mind. Let's move on. Oh, spooky dooky. Well,
the cold, flickering neon light revealed to me the macabre scenario where the doctor had conducted his experiments. We all have a dark side hidden inside us. That was Arthemius Fluid.
I don't think most of us do experiments on our own children and wife and kill them. Like, it's just like, most of us have a dark side. Most of us kill our families. It's fine. Autopsy report. The body presents a wide variety of internal organ decomposition as well as hemorrhages due to childbirth, but impossible to be stopped by the massive intake of blood anticoagulant administered orally to improve the process of birth. The fetuses in the mother's womb have systematically parasited all the proteins and minerals the mother absorbed. This is the cause of the extreme malnourishment of her metabolism. Her brain weight's less than normal since certain drugs have eliminated certain neurons related to the body's defense mechanisms against internal aggressions. There is no trace of antibodies as if she could not defend herself from anything. Fetuses during pregnancy have consumed her body. That's so fucking horrific. That's so fucked. And the ministry is like there being like shady as fuck as well. That was horrible. Holy shit. Official documents. These are secret documents that Dr. Will in exchange with the ministry. I already have another part to the mission. Second mission document retrieved. All right, excellent. Are we going to have to go to the hospital, though, for the third? Probably. So, an old periodic table. I can't read what it says in the top corner. Certain things seem to be pointed out. O-A-C-K. I mean, doesn't it spell oak? Maybe it's... Oh, I see. 8719 for the door code, maybe? I guess I'll find out. That's probably for the exit to the hospital. I wouldn't be surprised something horrible happened on the way back, by the way. 8719. I'm going to forget that by the time I get there. You know that, right? Like, this has been pretty decent, though, so far. For a game obviously done on the budget, I'm pretty impressed. I wonder if the hospital will be one I've seen a billion times before as well, or if it will be a thoroughly new experience. We're about to find out, I guess. 8, 7, 1, 9, enter. Got it right.
As I left the mansion, the cold and the fog returned. My
It's because you're outside.
caught a glimpse of a strange construction. At that moment, I was certain that I was close to the best-kept secrets of Arthemius Llewellyn.
Oh, this looks shit. This looks like a puzzle of some description, huh? Oh no, and there's like 3 of the things. I guess we have to project the right thing on the central column, right? The man with tan skin protected the damsel. I mean, that could be it. But let's have a look. Definitely not that one. I'd say it's this one. That said, I've absolutely no idea in the grand scheme of things really here, I'm gonna be honest with you. Right, so this would be the man with tan skin protected the damsel if it projects. I think that's plausible. All right, here. From the ashes of her death, 2 roses were born. So these are the twins. Okay, so I guess it has to be Agatha, right? Like, it can't be anyone else. The arrogance of men transformed their innocence into cruelty. What the fuck? I have no idea for this one. We'll do that one last, maybe. His useful strength turned to weary madness. I'd say it's this one, right? No idea if it's that one, but... Okay, let's just turn this one and hope something happens eventually. Very much not this one, I think. I think it's more likely one of the ones with the alpha, probably. See, I would have thought it was that, but apparently not. It's the only one we haven't tried. Well, I'll be right back, guys, when I figure out what the fuck... Oh my god. We finally unlocked it. That took nearly 30 minutes for me to solve that, and I was looking at guides as well. This is a very convoluted, nonsensical puzzle. So here, you want this one killing the one on the Omega tombstone, okay? Just so you guys know, I'm going to show the solution quickly, because there's no good solution to this on YouTube at all. For this one, you want the man standing just like upright as he is. No idea why this goes along with this text. His useful strength turned to weary madness. There's no weary madness portrayed in that picture at all. You need the man with tan skin pretend animals. You want a man with the little girl. Okay, so that's Seth and the guy. And then the only one I got right first time was Agatha, which goes on this one. This was terrible. This was like one of the worst puzzles I've seen all year. It's not the end of the world, but holy shit, that was just obnoxious. It doesn't make any sense. The descriptions are utterly awful. It's just bad. It's just a bad puzzle. But moving on. A lot of people feel the same about the tarot puzzle, from what I can tell, and I just cheated on it, so, you know. But there's no easy solution to that one currently available on the internet. So, if you watched the video there and got the solution, I hope that helped you. But now, we can progress to the final area of the game, I believe, which is going to be the Insane Asylum, I think. Not Insane Asylum. I'm just so used to it being an Insane Asylum. The hospital, where the Omegas were all locked up. As much as I didn't want to go deeper into the sinister story, I had to find my way to the hospital and finish the mission. Finish the mish. Hang on, is that another building over there? Or is that just a mansion again from the back? What is that building?
At the end of the path,
oh,
the magnificent Llewellyn Hospital building appeared in front of me.
This is the hospital.
Challenging and mysterious. A sense of danger invaded me, as if something unknown was lurking in its shadows.
I mean, I'd say that's probably like a safe assumption to make, seeing as we know the Omegas were locked up in here just to like fucking die.
At the moment of entering that sordid enclosure in abandonment, I felt the urgent need to go back and forget that claustrophobic feeling.
So, I was wondering if it would be a hospital I recognize. I have seen this hospital in upwards of 30-40 games this year. It is the most basic bitch Unity hospital, just like we had the most basic bitch Unity mansion, which is a shame, because I've seen this so many times. Dr. Llewellyn, we don't know how well, but the Omega element is evolving too fast. Fewer and fewer Alpha remain, and those that remain quickly become Omega. As you will understand, if the situation fails to get under control, the specimens are not the only ones in danger. Despite having complied with all the research procedures, our most experienced nurse has been attacked and bitten. The moment it seems that his body is strong enough and has managed to counteract the Omega effects, but his wound has a strange type of infection never seen before. None of us are safe. We ask for your help from outside. The only Alpha who are safe are the ones you took to the manor. At this moment, loud noises are heard in the laboratory of the metabolism accelerator capsules. I fear the worst. I send this report by Alpha Courier and keep a copy on file. So, it looks like if you get bitten by an Omega, you become one, which is really bad. Yeah, I've uploaded videos to the channel with this hospital in multiple times this last 12 months. Like, it is so overused, it's ridiculous. You gotta do some research. Like, there's no fucking way that I want to do... I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it's just annoying. As I entered the reception of that sordid compound, I could see the traces of life that had once inhabited it. With every step I took, I could find more details of an extreme survival situation. There was a persistent air of tragedy. I wonder if the game's going to have, like, a chase sequence here, or it's going to just be solely puzzles. Like, I'm not worried. If it doesn't have, like chase sequences and stuff, that's completely reasonable. Like, it doesn't need to have chase sequences to be a decent game. Are they all crazy? What we are and what we've become. We've been locked up for 3 weeks, and next to food shortage, an unimaginable hell has begun. A few days ago, the disappearance of some parts of the corpses began. No one was surprised. We all knew this time would come. But ahead? Who has to tear Lucy's head off? Lucy? Where are the monsters? Up or down? What the fuck does that mean? What a bizarre little thing that was.
Something there was not right. The tense silence, only broken by the howl of the wind, attracted me to a gloomy limit that my reason advised me not to cross.
Sounds like one of these guys is breathing. I got a hammer. Okay. Interesting.
A foul stench of blood permeated my clothes and disturbed my sense of smell. Perhaps it was that dry, freezing temperature that kept the bodies in such good condition.
I mean, that would make sense. Wow, this is long. We've been here for a week. We've tried everything. There is no escape. Lucy, the psychologist, has recommended us to write a diary so we don't lose our heads. So I start. Today we've been down here for 9 days, unable to leave. I'm healing normally, I don't want to be selfish, but I've hidden the pain relievers in the bathroom. Angela and Rob are too hurt, it would be wasting medications. The food is starting to end. I'm terrified. At night when everyone sleeps I can hear them. They never stop, they don't rest. What kind of monsters have we created? Today we've been locked up for 13 days. We are rationing the food, but we are 14. It takes a lot to feed 14 people. The dose is smaller every day, and hunger puts us in a bad mood. I fear the day it ends. Are we all dead, or is there a way out? Anna, who's been here since the beginning, has told us about Charon's staircase and a secret key, but it may only be the delirium of an old woman who starts to go crazy. Angela is dead. We all know that it will not be the only one, so we've assigned an area for the corpses, the last room of the corridor. Today we've been locked up for 19 days. We are only 11. The food is over and there's no more meat than that of the corpses. Perhaps the hunger. But after the canned food, the meat is delicious. There's something strange about all this. Perhaps the environment or the temperature, but the corpses do not rot. If it weren't for the flies, it would seem that they are sleeping. Today, 25 days ago, almost a month ago, those who refused to eat human flesh are already dead. Now we are 7. I'm much better off. The wound, I can even support my foot. A wave of cold has arrived. We are frozen. We've tried to repair and cover the broken windows, but this is not going to protect us from the cold that it will do very soon. Day 40 or something like that. 2 of us have died of cold, Anna among them. We found her diary. The old woman knew much more than she said. Why hide it? Now we know there is a way out. The 2 women do not want to take risks, so we've leave them here. They will end up starving or cold. We have left them the hammer and wood so they can cover the exit after our departure. We're going to survive. First we go to Welland's office to find the key, and then to Charon's staircase. Good old Charon. What a numbkin, huh? Flawless. God, I hate the doors in this asset, by the way. They're fucking awful. Internal regime rules. They are not children, they are specimens. They will be led to believe they were born here. All are twins. If one dies, the other must be exterminated. If a specimen is dangerous or annoying, both will be exterminated. Their response and telepathic connection will be evaluated periodically. Any critical comment to superiors will be considered treason. No one will have the slightest contact with the outside. Religious services to God who judges everything are obligatory. You will love the leader in the ministry above you and your family. I remind you of the great honor of being here, building a great homeland that is ours. Wow. Wow!
There was no doubt something sinister lurked. I could perceive how that was waiting for me, hidden in the shadows.
Well, that does not sound good, does it? Hi! Thought that was going to happen. We got a poofer. It's been a long time since I've seen a poofer. I can't take it anymore. This has reached unsuspected levels of insanity. After the massacre the other day, it's a real ordeal. Those of us left have managed to isolate the violent ones on the upper floors and take refuge on the ground floor. I was at the door. I had time, but it didn't open. I was too scared. Jeffrey, I'm so sorry. You've done so much for me over the years, and I couldn't even open the damn door. I'll always remember the look in his eyes, the moment before they took him away. It seemed like an eternity. The look he gave me when he realized I wasn't going to open. He just stared without blinking and realized he was dead. The incident will haunt me for the rest of my days. Can't go any further, but nice bit of little fluff there. A little bit of fluff. A little bit of fluff. We need to find bolt cutters, presumably, to get deeper in. Be nice to find a safe. Oh, hi! Well, not going in there, huh? Hey, Nomkins. This is the second session of Charon Staircase. Probably the last session as well. I've only got, like, probably about an hour of this to go. So, let's keep going. As we saw, this was a lovely room where they were nomming away. You get to see it twice. Isn't that amazing? Looks like there might be an item in that body. But anyway, let's get looking around. Oh, he is alive. Holy shit. Oh, well. Alive might be a strong word, but you know what I mean. Okay, we actually had a chase. Okay. Okay. That was actually a bit... that freaked me out a little bit. I will say, like, I've said this already, but... the assets here, right? They're the most bitch basic assets that we've seen a million times, but they are used probably the most effectively I have seen them, like, ever. And that's... pretty impressive in the grand scheme of things, right? You know what I mean? I don't know if we need to go to the top floor or not. I will say it's really fucking dark here. Hi. Okay, it's a single room. I'm okay with that. Including a save point. Lovely. And it's actually well lit. We got a magnetic card for use to get into restricted areas. Data sheet. We informed of the death of the children by the THZ virus. The ministry invests 500 UDs in Class C double burial. Entry the same night as birth. Professional nurse. Evolution. The first 3 years, the experimental protocol number Alpha 67 is administered intravenously. Up to 6 years, there are no signs of telepathic communication. The protocol changes to Alpha 90. At 7, they both show a cheerful and vital character. They're very communicative and with a good heart. Too happy to distract their peers about their concentration. One last review without telepathic results. Decided to eliminate 2 subjects in the program. They easily obey since they don't know the concept of death. That's depressing. Okay, start with the mouse jump scares, alright? They're stupid. In the first 3 years, experimental protocol after 7 intravenously up to 6 years. Is it the same one? Oh no, here we go. Okay. Omega at 7 years old is administered. Both appear violent and voracious. They are very cruel and wild. They have killed several of their partners. We keep them active, waiting for the telepathy and rage, something to do with each other. One last review without telepathic results. Decide to eliminate 2 from the program. The final experiment with undiluted Omega 1 causes them to destroy each other. And then we finally have this one. In the first 3 years, experiment the protocol Alpha is administered intravenously. Cause of death, attack of an Omega and subsequent consequences. They were bitten on the neck. The aortic artery was sectioned. Present bites throughout the body, none in the vital zone. Exterminated as a precaution as ordered by the internal standard. Okay. So those are like various experiment logs that they've done on twins and made them into alphas and omegas. Well, there's only one place to go, so... Looks like this is the last floor to go to.
Charon's staircase. That's the last
Sorry.
hope of those men trapped in this hell. Once lost all reason and seduced by the dark passage of the human soul, they could only trust in Charon, the ferryman from hell.
His name is not Charon! What the fuck is with this voice acting? Who was like, yeah, it's Charon? Is this a meme? I don't know. It's so stupid. That is not how you pronounce it. That has never been how it's been pronounced. In any language, okay? Alright? What the fuck? Moving on. Hi. Okay, I thought he was going to come through that door at me for a minute, but no. Oh my god, what they did to the Charon. I don't want to know anything else about this story. I just want to escape. I've discovered it. The secret is hidden in the lift. Interesting. Okay, so that's from Dara. So Dara came here and discovered the horror of what happened with the experiments and shit. Hi! How's it going? No jump scare there? Oh, this does not sound good, by the way. This whole place sounds like a death trap waiting to happen. There's some really good visceral visuals here that I like a lot. Some good shit. Goggles for experiments were added to inventory. Oh god, that doesn't sound good. Oh, please don't have a potion puzzle. I fucking hate potion puzzles in video games. They've sucked since Resident Evil. They have never been good, okay? I feel like going out here is suicide. There is a lot of them out there. But, you know. We gotta look for Charon, otherwise we're dead. The only escape option we have is to access the office and try and find the key that activates the lift to Ground Zero. Bloody Llewellyn has taken the key. Among those of us who remain, some say there's a copy of the access card among the documents stored in the archive room. But those things have blocked access to the area. No one dares to cross the Omega compound. We could turn off the lights and use experimental goggles to get to the archive to get the access card to the offices. Oh no! Regardless of their veracity and extreme strength, the Omega subjects do not seem to possess faculties beyond those of a simple human. So in theory, it should be possible to achieve our objective. Since deprived of light and vision, I don't think they could detect someone by smell. Be that as it may, I wouldn't want to put myself in the shoes of whoever tries it again. We have to take into account the time factor. The emergency generator takes 1 minute to activate the system again. If the power comes on and someone is halfway there or hasn't been able to get back yet, they'll be lost. Oh no! I'm gonna have to turn the power off, book it across that room without getting seen, grab the key card and make it back in a minute. That's actually really a cool idea, by the way. That's like proper horrifying. If you want to freak me out, game, you've actually done a good job there. That's okay. We've got to find out how to turn the power off, obviously. It's also really dark, so I can't really see properly. Can I up the brightness a bit more here? I already did earlier, but maybe it reset. Oh, it reset between sessions. That sucks. Never have that happen, game. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but... I can actually see again now. Thank fuck for that. It was way darker than I remembered it, so I'm glad that this happened. I might be able to see now. Okay, so we need to find a key card to open that. That must be the way to the Charon staircase, right? But, alright, I've got to turn the power off. Oh, look, they're all in tubes. Just hanging out. Having a great time. I couldn't even see this. Is this the generator? I'm not sure it is, actually. For a minute, I thought it was, but maybe not. That's Dara's note again. We have to look around and see what we can find. I couldn't, Hi. I couldn't see shit before, so maybe, I'll notice something. Do you have a key card for me? Oh, you have a picture of the Omega. There you go, thank you. That was very nice of you. What a nomkin. This is gonna absolutely fucking suck. I just wish I knew what to do here fully. You have a key card? No? What do I need to get rid of the bar? Like, surely I could just lift this off, right? Oh, stop whinging. Oh, here we go. Oh. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. We'll do it again once the time's up. Gotta get through the room. I'm just getting an idea of how much time we have. I could have gone for it. Where's the door I need? Alright, over there. Okay, this is more than a minute, I feel. It's giving me plenty of time. Gotta get in there, get the card, not die, and come back. Deep breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth. We got this, alright. I'm a bit worried about that guy by the door, by the way. I can't see shit. Oh god, where the fuck is the key card? Got it. Got it. Made it. Woo! That was something. That was something. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. That's a cool little mechanic. Wrong door. The door's this way. I don't know why I've tried that one. That was a cool little mechanic. I really liked it. Woo! Probably the most I've ever enjoyed this asset, like I said before. Usually this asset is synonymous with shite. Alright, here we go. Complete dossier activities. Oh, we found another one of the things for the mission. Oh, we have no key though to open this. Shit. And we used the key card, right? Probably? Yeah, we definitely did. Fuck. I really hope there wasn't something else in there, otherwise I'm so fucking screwed. Well, actually, that's not true, but it still sucks.
Once I had retrieved all the documents, my mission was over. Only one thought was on my mind: to escape. Charon's staircase was my last hope.
I don't still have the key card, right? Well, I'm definitely missing something. Just don't have any fucking idea what it is. I mean, I'm guessing it's in the safe, but I have nothing to open it with. It's okay, though. We'll just spend a bit of time looking around. It's just weird it's not in here. Like, where else would it be? Like, except locked in the high security office. It's got to be in this room some... Oh my fucking god. I walked past that so many times. This should work in the elevator. There's like a button that needs a key. Hey, we did it. Genius. This should take us to the staircase. Oh shit, there's another button to press. A button in a button. I still think there's a little bit more at least, like, maybe like 40 minutes, 30 minutes. I guess we'll see what awaits us at the Charon staircase. Is it going to take us to the manager? Only time will tell. It's pretty funny, though. Like, I still can't get over the way they called it. I still can't get... Someone was like, yeah, this is fine. I guess it's probably a language barrier thing, right? Like, to not understand
Now I understood many unknowns. The energy system distribution that Llewellyn designed had maintained for 40 years the manor with electricity and heating. As if someone had lived there all that time.
I thought so, okay. It's a very convenient plot point, really. We got adult Dara? Yep. Oh, shit. 3479. And 5 something something 8. I guess we just came in through where the arrow is, I believe. So this looks like this is going to be really elaborate. Alright, here we go. It seems Dara, the girl who was raised by Seth the Guard, growing up in a search for Charon's staircase to escape, forgot there are some pages of her personal diary. I don't know today's date. I don't know my birthday either. I just know my name is Dara. I've been trying to escape for many days now. Apparently the hateful Llewellyn knew how to hide his secrets, and I say hateful because even though he's my progenitor, my real father was, and will always be, good old Seth. Seth died as many great men do, discreetly, quietly protected by the greatness of his heart and that sense of having lived nobly, fighting against the atrocities of human nature. Now I feel my spirit's failing. I only wish to forget and go into the unknown, but I'm always aware of my story and my brothers. I start from the beginning. Long before my father died, feeling happy and loved in the forest house, I began to feel an inexplicable urge that kept me awake at night. First there were sensations, emotions, desires, then came the voices. In short time the voice multiplied in my head like calls for help. It was the voice of a boy. My father Seth was everything to me. He taught me, among other things, to write as I do now. He took care of me, he gave me affection. I only had him. So one day I decided to explain my problem to him. He, with a pale face, suddenly got up from his chair and knelt before me, making me promise never to tell anyone, least of all Llewellyn. In this way, we continued our life apart from what was happening on the side of the lake, until one day my father Seth's heart stopped. I knew death, thanks to his teachings. I understood right away that was death. A pain in my chest suddenly appeared and my eyes filled with water, which merged with the sadness of thinking that Father Seth would never be awake again. I went on with my normal life for a while. The carcass of flesh and bones where my father once lived was decomposing. I picked up his book where he wrote down everything he felt, which had never been allowed me to read. Now I had the chance. I did not hesitate to know my truth. All my truth. Then I placed it beside his corpse. A man must end his existence with the evidence of who he was, not just with his perishable body. In the book, Seth spoke of my brother and my origin as an experiment, in a state-of-the-art science, Delta Zero drug, of the possibility that my voices were the intuition that binds us to the twins. However persistent the voices were, they attracted me to the side of the lake. In my mind, one sentence was repeated over and over again. My father does not speak to me. I left my house and without hesitation I left the pier to meet the mysterious voice, my newly discovered brother. Our meeting was complicated. In the mansion, the body of Llewellyn was still lying on the chair of his office. My brother, he wasn't educated or cultivated like I was with Seth. He didn't know death. He simply tried without success to get a reaction from the corpse of his father, who was now just a piece of flesh. His frightened face did not bode well. He seemed weak, sickly, subjugated by Llewellyn's personality, which, despite being dead, he still felt fear in the presence of his body. My brother, named Devon, had lived for many years with the only company of kind, primitive, malformed creatures who at first glance did not seem to be human. I told him about me. I explained that we were twins. I told him about Seth and Llewellyn's madness, but he was lost in the fog of his brain. Too much time without stimuli, too many years in the company of his simple, undeveloped minds. But above all, his heart problems, his seizures, his headache. Time passed and we took over the mansion. Being twins, the friendly beings saw my brother's features on my face. They treated us equally. One day when I woke up, I saw a circle of those creatures in the middle of the hall. As I approached, one of them turned towards me with a pale face, almost inexpressive, but as close as possible to confusion and sadness. They all turned away, exposing the body of my brother. His bruised lips and pallor of skin announced his end. The creatures did not understand what had happened. I suppose that in the inner self they thought he was angry and did not want to talk to them. They devoted themselves to me as the other half of their dear friend. What could I do with them? They had no future, no way out this world. They were victims of the mistakes of the past, of men who want to be gods. They were failed experiments. There were two solutions. To let destiny decide their fate, to give a vote of confidence to nature and not to fall into the dream of possessing the truth about the destiny of others, or put an end to them before they suffer the horrors of life, the abandonment, the illness, the pain, the tragedy for which they were not prepared. I decided to think that I did not possess the truth about the fate of others and to give nature a chance. Then I set out on my dangerous journey until I arrived here. I went through the horror of the hospital and came to the origin of everything. I have the clues to find the way out, but I can't decipher them. I must get there before it's too late. The radiation levels are rising fast. Soon this place will be uninhabitable. Here I stop writing. I must concentrate my forces on finding Charon's staircase or perish into the concrete mausoleum. I'm sure being able to live must be very nice. There's a Geiger counter here, but I can't pick it up. That was really sad, by the way. Like... oh no. This is timed.
Atención. Recinto invadido por partículas de plutonio en suspensión. Atención. Peligro. Niveles de radiación por encima de lo tolerable.
Come on.
A room with small beds
Shut up.
appeared in front of my eyes. Small beds that once cradled babies destined for dark experiments.
Yeah, we have a time limit. Alright, I thought this was where the code goes in, but I guess not. Got a locked door. Not a real door. Radiation. The engine that gave life to Oak Grove was a small nuclear reactor that, for the lack of maintenance, seemed to be about to explode. Well, I feel like this is a death here for me. Because I cannot find anywhere to put in the numbers or anything. And we've only got 5 minutes left and I'm still running around like a dickhead. Where's, it says on the map there should be a keypad here. Why is there not a fucking keypad here? Literally, 3479 keypad. What the fuck? Unless there's like a keypad I put on these... Can you stop crying, please? Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? I had to look at the fucking baby. Oh, thank you. One out key. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm probably gonna die at least once here, but that's okay. Did it give me more time? I know the rules of the place are, I've worked hard to get here, and yet I only wish to save their lives. I raised the first and second generation myself, and I watched as little by little the innocent children were manipulated, mutilated, and even killed because of the failed necessary tests. Nothing can be said about the Alphas. They are small children locked up in large bodies. They simply haven't understood why so much damage has been done. But the Omegas, they are something else. I suppose it's due to variation in medication, but despite the simplicity of their mind, they have retained a small part of understanding. They're aggressive and hostile, but with love and empathy. They can be treated. How else, despite the danger I've been exposed to, I've not been harmed? There is only one reason that deprives them of the little goodness that nests in them and makes them go crazy. The death of their twin. I watched as miles away and Omega could sense the death of his brother. I can't avoid wondering if Llewellyn, in his search for the impossible one, has managed to find success, but made his specimens pay too high a price to realise. It doesn't matter now. They've cancelled the project and I don't intend to put an end to all traces of the disaster. I must release them before it's too late. With my last act of kindness before death. I know what's behind that door. I saw it once. I must get it. Okay. I don't know if that wasted more time. Okay, it looks like the time is resetting, which is good. Like when you get to certain points, it resets. Which doesn't make any sense, but it's okay.
I had seen unimaginable things, but nothing like this. Oak Grove and all its facilities were fed from inside by the energy of a small nuclear reactor.
Didn't I just say that?
That was the reason why they could spend so many years confined without needing practically anything from the outside.
Official ministry document for the education of people. I don't understand the relevance of this. Got a big diary here. I got word today they were suspending classes. I've been trying to educate these poor creatures for years. I only got as far as the most basic behaviour. Grooming, easy to understand routine jobs. I've done my best. At first, when the ministry took over this project, I felt like dying. They took me away from my family indefinitely. I've never seen so many twins together. I had to give them lessons to these monsters. Well, that's what I called them at first, and as time went on, I discovered their innocence, their noble heart. For them, that even the slightest thing was a discovery. My little Alpha 67s. Years later, everything went wrong. I couldn't control the new experimental generation, the Omega. They were different, without rationality. In a short time, their classes turned to chaos, and the Doctor's faces drew a look of failure and desolation. Everything became dangerous. The Alphas were infected by the Omegas. It was the end. Today the order came in to leave the enclosure. I leave you with sadness. I know that your end will be terrible. As for me, they say we're going home, but nobody is going back. The secrets of Oak Grove were too terrible, and the failure too great for the world to know how far the corrupt government has gone. Fanatical ministry, this God who judges anything except the evils of his worshippers. I hope that my anonymous grave will be near the forest, that place that I've missed so much during these years of captivity. Okay, so it still doesn't, it doesn't stop counting down, by the way. When you're... That's bullshit. Something 8. How am I going to find this out in 3 minutes? 5 something 8. I'm so fucked, guys. I'm going to have to try and brute force it. Is all I can fucking do, I think. Oh, 5 7 4 8. I understand. Yes, stop showing me. What did that do? What did that do? What did that do? Anything? Okay, excellent. I don't care. Okay, protocol board. Don't care. I don't care. Keycard. You. Come here. Don't know what this is for. Probably the big door. I hope it's the big door. I've got like a minute. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 3 seconds. Exactly 2 minutes. Fuck. Yes. Come on. Come on! I literally have not got all fucking day. 1 minute 50.
Atención, peligro. Nivel extremo de radiación. Alerta máxima.
Come on.
Atención, peligro. Nivel extremo de radiación. Alerta máxima.
Oh, it's just stop and read a note. It's fine.
Radiation became more dangerous as it progressed. It was necessary to find the exit as soon as possible. That enigmatic and secret Charon staircase.
What? Where? What are you pointing at, you fuck? God damn it, what? Maybe it's something this way? Yeah. Got like a minute. Yeah, 1 minute. Excellent. Stop showing me this shit!
A chaotic ending for a scary start.
Oh, 14 seconds?
Question remained in the air. Dara, the daughter. What happened to her?
I don't know!
No trace in the guard's house, nor in the manor. The hospital reeked of death.
I'm
An
dead.
empty bunker. The radiation levels were under control.
That was bullshit. It ticks down even when you're reading, which is not okay. You've got to be able to read shit, game. Like, holy shit, that's so obnoxious.
I understood many unknowns.
Oh my god, I've got to do it all over again. Shut the fuck up, dickhead. Shut the fuck up. Okay, that was some of the biggest bullshit I've seen in a long time. I'll be back in a minute, guys, when I get through this, but that you can't read anything. You're not allowed to read anything. Because if you read it, you're dead. Isn't that so fucking that is unbelievable. Like, someone was like, yeah, this is fine. Realistically, I think you only have about 3 minutes. Maybe even like 2:30, because a lot of things are scripted, right? Like, the doors take ages to open. You have to watch the fucking stupid fucking cutscene zooming in on the fucking clock and all that bollocks. You have to pick up certain notes. Like, it's really, really terribly designed, this bit. Like, there's no way you're doing it first time.
It was necessary to find the exit as soon as possible.
Yeah, I know. I'm probably not going to make it this time either.
And secret Charon staircase.
I'm probably not going to make it this time because I don't know what the code is to the last door or where I'm going to find it. And they have to keep... I don't want to keep seeing this shit. I don't care. Like, have him walking and let you walk.
For a scary start. Only one question remained in the air. Dara, the daughter. What happened to her? No trace in the guard's house, nor in the manor. The hospital reeked of death, and an empty bunker, with the radiation levels out of control. What had happened to Dara?
I don't know, but I need to... More importantly... Is that projecting something? I have no idea what to do here. Okay, so I looked it up. I have no idea how you get this code, but I think it's the year Dara's born. And I guess the other one as well. There you go. Hi. The mysterious Charon was waiting for me, rocked by the swaying waters of the underground lake. Between shadows and mist to make an exception for me, he was not going to take me to hell, but to get me out of here. Can I get on? Oh, I had to pay the toll. Oh, it's like a mannequin. I was like, who the fuck are you? Yeah, I'm sure we can get far enough away in a rowing boat to avoid a thermonuclear explosion. I guess this is the staircase. What the fuck just happened? Okay. That was a very abrupt loading screen. How are we going to survive this in a million years? I blame Dara. Don't know why. Just feel like it's the only thing I can do given the circumstances. My little Pete's. They're getting all tired running up the staircase. Oh, we got another note. At last, I know that I leave many things behind, but it's time to go towards a new beginning and go search of my destiny. I don't know what I'm going to find behind this door, but I'm sure it'll be wonderful. Dara. So Dara made it this far. It's just like a pit, and then we just fall. There's no way!
I got out of there. The fresh air gave me courage. The breeze blessed my heart. And I felt a breath of hope. In the lost distance, in a vast landscape, there was a small cabin. I started running toward it like an excited child. Maybe, inside, I would find Dara.
What a weird end this is. I don't get this at all. I think that's
Dara
it.
was there, waiting. For some reason, she knew I would come looking for her, just as I somehow knew she was waiting for me. It was she who prompted me to open the recovered documents and discover Dr. Llewellyn's last secret.
Okay.
A secret of which the doctor had deliberately eliminated already.
Apart from the one that was in the secret documents.
A secret that would explain the visions I had on my journey through Oak Grove.
Okay.
According to the documents in Dr. Llewellyn's private records, on the sad day when Agatha gave birth, an unforeseen event occurred. One baby more than anyone had expected was born.
Oh, shit.
They weren't twins. They were triplets. Llewellyn gave the 3 newborns names beginning with the letter D, for Delta. Suddenly...
Oh, he's the missing one.
sense.
He's Desmond.
One baby stayed at the mansion. Another was taken across the lake and lived in the forest house. And the last one was given for adoption to the ministry.
Desmond.
Devon, Dara, and Desmond.
I like the fucking suit. That's a nice little twist, and it makes sense the way we've been seeing everything. It's like our telepathic link. I thought that's alright. That was an alright ending. The nuclear bunker thing was shite. You can't have notes that you need to read and have a time limit. It's like ridiculous. It needs to pause when you read the notes. That said, this was a pretty decent game. It uses some really bog standard locations I've seen a million times before, but it uses them well. Some of the puzzles are a bit cryptic and don't really make any sense unless you're like the developers, which kinda sucks. But I've seen a lot worse. I've come across a lot worse. So like, you know, it was definitely not the worst experience ever. But I thought, generally speaking, this was a decent experience, a decent little game, decent little mystery game. And I'd give it like I give it. What'd I give it? Probably give it a 6, which I know doesn't sound amazing, but it's above average, and I think it's worth a play. Actually, I'd recommend it. Non-skippable credits always suck, especially when they move at this speed. But generally speaking, I think this has been pretty decent. So, you know. Just realised my phone was on Do Not Disturb, which means I may have missed something really important. Shit. Don't worry. Everything's fine. Anyway, that was another long play complete. I've been doing a load of these recently, and I have a lot more planned. There'll be some shorter games like this. This game was only like 2 hours, 40 minutes it took me, I think, which is not too long. And we'll do some longer ones, and we'll mix everything up into a wonderful cacophony of nomness. You know what I mean? I think it'll be a fun time. If you enjoyed the playthrough, guys, make sure you like the video. It really helps. Comment. I try and respond to all comments. And okay, that was very abrupt. That was Charon's Staircase. Thank you very much for listening, watching, whatever you did, and I'll see you soon for more content. Pledge to our Patreon. $5 or more lets you vote and nominate on these long plays. Some of them I decide, but there's especially the classic ones like Alone in the Dark and things like that are voted on and nominated on, that kind of thing. So if you want to get involved, $5, link in the description, and yeah, check it out. You even get a discount if you subscribe for a year. So I think that's a pretty non-thing. Have a great rest of your day, everyone, and I'll see you really soon. Bye, everyone. See you later.